The Alpha Sessions Live with Emma Joyce.
And it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Steve Young in the studio again. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me back. Happy birthday.
It's a pleasure to be back.
You look pretty good for 50.
Well, thank you very much. No, Radio Broccoli I think looks pretty good for 50 as well, to be fair. I'm not 50.
It doesn't stink of paint this time, so...
No, Steve, you came in last time when we just did the studio and all you could smell was paint. It must have been June then.
Must have been June.
Having a conversation about when
March,
you came in.
June.
We hadn't painted the studio in
All
March.
I know is that I drove from the Isle of Wight to here and I can't remember why I was on the Isle of Wight, but...
Just because you're having a holiday.
No, my family live there.
You're seeing your family then?
Yeah, but there's normally more reason to it. It's a long way to go, you know. It has to be family and something else happening.
Yeah, true. So last time you were in here, we were chatting about your album. It was about to be released.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're post initial release.
No, I'm still going down the roller coaster slope.
Okay.
When you last saw me, I was slowly climbing up that, you know, just before the release, when you get the tick, 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 tick.
And then drop.
And then, and so I'm still on my way down.
How's the journey down?
It's been all right. It's been a few twists and turns, a couple of loops. You know, a couple of...
You're making me want to hit a roller coaster.
a couple of really steep bits, a couple of bits where the car almost came to a stop, you know.
As long as the car didn't come off the track, then we'll be right.
It hasn't come off the tracks yet.
Okay,
It's this is a good analogy. I like this. You know, there has been talk of the theme park closing down, but I'm doing my best to keep it open. You know.
Okay, good.
The Steve Young theme park. Oh God, imagine that.
Not sure why, but Michael Jackson's theme park came to my mind when you said that.
That's definitely closed down.
So, for those of you that haven't heard the last interview, and for the people that haven't heard your music before, how would you best describe it?
Well, I did start off calling myself kind of UK country, but it's just not true. I'm a singer-songwriter with country influence. If I had a perfect world, I'd have a massive band and a big noisy electric guitar, but realistically I end up playing mostly on my own with my trusty Gibson Hummingbird. So
Do you enjoy playing anyway?
I would prefer playing with a band, but bands are expensive and require a lot of room. And I do, I mean, it is nice to play with the acoustic guitar and it does make me very self-sufficient, but I don't like the idea of selling myself as a solo guitarist, because I'm only a solo guitarist because half the time I can't afford to have the band on stage with me. So, but the songs are written on the acoustic guitar and they start off in a kind of folky country sort of way. But, you know, there's a lot more going on in my head.
The album's called The Troubadour.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to call it that?
I wrote a lot of the songs when I was working on some ships in Scandinavia. I was a musician in the Irish bars on these ships, floating booze cruises, really. But the Scandinavian word for someone who does what I do is troubadour. And my crew pass job description was troubadour.
So we've learnt a Scandinavian word on this show as well.
It's not actually a Scandinavian word. It originates from the 11th century. But that's what they call anybody that sings and plays guitar for some reason.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's maybe why they called the venue the Troubadour?
I think so, probably. Troubadour is a medieval word for someone that travels around telling poems, singing songs and stories in the court of the kings and queens of the time.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Should we start with the song then?
Yeah, why not?
Which one's this?
I'm going to go back to my first single that I released from the album. It's called Back to Mine. Still a bit of a favourite with sort of followers and fans and stuff, and it's got a bit of a controversial video to go with it.
Oh. You know what? I'll see if we can paste a link on our Twitter.
Yeah, do that. It's called Back to Mine.
Okay.
Tears fall so slowly down your beautiful face, and I'm trying to reach you. We feel so damn lonely. Why can't we just talk? Make this pain go away. And I'm feeling despair when you're sleeping there, with your back to mine, with your back to mine. In my dream we made up, instead I woke up with your back to mine, with your back to mine. Oh no, oh no. Time felt so holy, with your lips on mine. Wish we could be there again. Defiantly we stand, but life is too short to keep this anger burning. And I'm feeling despair when you're sleeping there, with your back to mine, with your back to mine. In my dream we made up, instead I woke up with your back to mine, with your back to mine. Oh no, oh no. Your face and your eyes, they burn in my mind. We can't turn back the time. Rest your head next to mine. Oh, 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 oh yeah. Oh. And I'm feeling despair when you're sleeping there, with your back to mine, with your back to mine. In my dream we made up, instead I woke up with your back to mine, with your back to mine. Oh no, when will it end?
Can we do a clap? Let's do a clap. So that song's on the album.
It is, yeah. And on YouTube.
Excellent. And what was that called? Do you want to introduce it again? Or back announce it, as we call it in the trade?
I will back announce this, as it's called, Back to Mine.
There you go. So you've got a load of dates coming up to promote the album.
Yeah. I've just trying to sort of fill in the gaps in my diary, because I kind of play full time anyway as a corporate entertainer and private entertainer, so that sounds dodgy. Function entertainer, you know, so I try and sort out all my paid gigs first, and then fill in the gaps with some original stuff. So I've got a few things coming up between now and Christmas dotted around the place, and I'm even going back home to the Isle of Wight to do
that was going to be my next question.
My first headline show in about 20 years. So.
How are you feeling about that?
I hope I sell some tickets. I hope that people from school remember me from 20 years ago, and you know.
Do you reckon it's going to be weird?
I think it's going to be pretty weird. Yeah.
But you're excited?
Well, I don't know. Do you know, it's in December. I haven't really started thinking about it yet, but I'm probably going to overload myself with unnecessary pressure, because I don't do many headline shows, because I always try and get support slots, because that's the best thing to do if you're kind of unknown.
No, you're known.
Well,
You're well known.
not as a solo artist.
I suppose.
So I kind of always go for support slots. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking and I've got an amazing support act from Lymington, a guy called.
Oh, did you pick him yourself?
Yeah, it's a guy called Darren who plays in a band called the Southern Companion, and I saw him play recently, and I think he's brilliant. I've got his album in my car. I love it. I think I like it more than mine. I asked him the other day if I could if he would get up and do one of his songs with me, and I'm not sure how he took it.
Do you get to go back to the Isle of Wight often then, or?
Not really. It's not the sort of place you pass through, you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely the end of the line. So not in a bad way. It's just the end of the line. And then you got to get on a boat, and then it's the end of the boat. So I try and go back when I can, but I'm not very good at taking time off. I tend to just fill my diary up and then sort of look back on my diary and go, oh, I did like 268 gigs and had 3 days off this year. That was a bit silly. So I will learn.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
So, do you have any in terms of your forthcoming gigs? Is there any ones apart from the Isle of Wight one that you're particularly looking forward to?
Well, I'm going to be playing at the Bedford in Balham, which is one of my favourite venues. I've played there lots of times, and they're very supportive. Tony Moore's very supportive of me, and the music quality down there is great. The sound quality is great, so I'm looking forward to that. A couple of weeks' time, I'm playing a kind of, I guess it's local for me. I'm playing a headline show in Bishop Stortford, which is where I teach. I've got a lot of sort of friends and stuff around there, so that would be a bit of fun. And I've got a band for that, which should be brilliant because I love playing with a band.
Nice.
And then I've got a few kind of random things, one in Derby, one in Nottingham. I'm at the Dublin Castle, which is going to be kind of weird because I haven't played the Dublin Castle since the 90s.
That's the one in Camden, right?
Yeah. I was in a kind of a long-haired avant-garde rock band signed to Warner Brothers, and we used to play at Dublin Castle. I haven't been there since, so that's going to be interesting. Supporting and
not the long-haired artist anymore.
No, the kind of short-haired, hidden under a hat kind of artist.
If you're on Twitter, we've just posted a picture of Steve, by the way. So if you're trying to build up the picture in your head of what he's describing, we're at Radio Brooklyn. You can check him out.
Apologies if I, look normal.
You know, it's supposed to look normal.
I don't know. Sometimes you kind of build up these images, I haven't got a blue T-shirt on. I'm the one without the blue T-shirt, just in case you're wondering.
There are a lot of us about today. We kind of match the studio.
I know. If you stood against the wall, I'd have no clue where you were.
Sea of blue. Now, before you started your solo career, you played the guitar for some fantastic people.
I did. I've been quite lucky in that respect.
This would be the time to name drop, I imagine.
Oh, okay. Well, I spent 5 years playing guitar for Darren Hayes, who was the singer from the 90s band Savage Garden, who had a lot of success and hits at the end of the 90s and the early noughties. I was in the band for 5 years and then went on to be co-write on his last album and play guitar on it. And it was a great education for me and a great way to get into the music scene. He saved me from a tedious job.
Do you feel like now that you're doing your own solo stuff, you've almost fled the nest as such?
Yeah, it does feel a bit like that because I still check in with them. I'm like, what do you think of this and what do you think of that? And yeah, it does feel like that. But the problem is I've been spoiled. Like being on the road with someone like Darren, I've played such an amazing event like the Royal Albert Hall and the Wembley Arena and stuff. So there's this ridiculous part of me inside that's like just waiting for me to get to that stage, and of course it's not going to happen because
you never know.
No, you only get to those kind of levels if you have success when you're like young in your sort of early 20s, because that's the kind of age group that get excited about that kind of stuff. I'm not going to delude myself by thinking that I might end up headlining Wembley one day.
What, you're not in your early 20s? I thought you were.
No. I'll be quite happy to support someone at Wembley as myself, but you can win the lottery and crazy stuff can happen. I might write a song that sets the world on fire, and then obviously things will change. But lost my bearings now. Where was I going?
You playing Wembley as a...
Yeah. So I feel a bit spoilt because sometimes I just kind of like... I've experienced those kind of gigs and that sort of life from a first-hand point of view.
Yeah.
I kind of, part of me wants that for myself, and so I have to sort of keep kicking myself and reminding myself that actually, you know, I've only released my first album 3 months ago. I should really, you know, not demand too much from the universe at this stage.
No, I think it's important to demand things from the universe.
Yeah.
That way, if you have expectations, maybe. Well, not expectations, but ambitions. Then
they have to be managed expectations.
Yeah,
because, you know.
Fair enough. Should we play another song?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to do this song. I've started doing this song, actually.
Or is this the new one?
It's not a new one. What this song is actually the first song I ever learnt when I was a teenager. And the reason why I've started performing it was because in July I went down to Bob Harris's house and did a 3-song session for his YouTube channel that he's got.
Nice.
And one of the songs, I had to do two originals and a cover, and so the cover had to be the first song I ever learnt. And when I was 16, I learnt this. I just learnt the guitar. I never actually learnt the song. So I've now sort of got the song up together, and I won't announce it. Maybe some of you older generation will recognise it, and then if anyone's a bit confused, I'll, you know,
tell us at the end.
I'll back. What's it called again? I'll back announce it. Remember when we were young, you shone like the sun, shine on you, crazy diamond. Now there's a look in your eyes, like black holes in the sky. Shine on you, crazy diamond. You were caught in a crossfire, a childhood and stardom, blown on a steel breeze. Come on, you target for faraway laughter. Come on, you stranger, you legend, you martyr, and shine. Come on and shine. Come on, you legend, and shine. You reach for the secret too soon. You cried for the moon. Shine on you, crazy diamond. Threatened by shadows at night and exposed in the light. Shine on you, crazy diamond. Well, you wore out your welcome with random precision, rode on a steel breeze. Come on, you raver, you seer of vision. Come on, you painter, you piper, you prisoner, and shine. Come on and shine. Come on, you legend, and shine. Come on and shine. Do you want me to back thingy it?
Back announce it.
Back announce it. That was Shine on You, Crazy Diamonds by Pink Floyd.
That confirmed my thought was correct, so I'm quite all right with that. That's good.
Cool.
So, was there a particular moment or a particular person that made you realise that you wanted to flee the nest as such? As in go out on your own?
It's something I've always wanted to do, and I guess I didn't have really the content. I wasn't writing about anything that I felt anybody wanted to hear about. It's just something I always wanted to do, and I managed to convince myself that I was, you know, fine being a guitarist and I didn't need to, you know, be a lead singer. And then out of necessity, I started going out as a singer and sort of doing corporate stuff, and, you know, and I found that my singing was kind of coming ahead of my guitar playing. And so I don't know, I got the confidence basically as a singer, and then some things happened in my life, and I sort of wrote about them, and then I found that I had content, I then had stuff that people did want to hear about, and so it all kind of happened. But I knew it was always something I wanted to do. I kind of thought I was going to do it a little bit later in life. So I did it a little, believe it or not. She's looking at me like, really?
No, that's what I was thinking.
So I've done it earlier than I thought I was going to do, but it's kind of filled a void in me that I didn't really know I had at the time.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the song that you covered, "Shine on Crazy Diamond." Yeah. Does that mean Pink Floyd a big influence?
Basically, that was the first. That was the first kind of song. When I was 16, my sisters I grew up on the Isle of Wight, which is a pretty small place. Not a lot of people there, like around 100,000, probably more now. But they took me to Wembley Stadium to see Pink Floyd. I'd never been to a concert before. I hadn't really been off the island.
That's a pretty cool first concert.
Yeah, I hadn't really been off the island before. So, and we were late, and we walked into the back of the stadium, and probably the entire population of the Isle of Wight was stood in a stadium in front of me.
That's mad, isn't it?
And within about a few minutes of arriving, the lasers kind of started up, and the band went into "Shining You Crazy Diamonds," and it sounds kind of cheesy and cliche, but it literally changed. Like, I've got goosebumps now just talking about it. It literally changed my life, and I've never looked back.
It's amazing how moments like that can totally change your life.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I connected. I was studying engineering. I was technically minded. I was going to be an engineer. And I was for a few years actually, and then I walked out of the stadium and I was just a completely different person.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's weird.
Crazy.
What's happens when you grow up on the Isle of Wight and everything's 50 years behind. Sorry.
No, I'm sure I've never been to the Isle of Wight. Actually.
Really?
I'm sure it's amazing.
No, you should go. You should go in the summer. Go and see the tigers.
Okay. Tigers? Why tigers?
There's a tiger sanctuary there. They rescue tigers.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And occasionally they rescue people from the tigers, but
I hope not too often. That would be quite horrible.
There's a monkey sanctuary there as well.
And they don't rescue people from the monkeys either, hopefully.
No, they rescue monkeys.
So you've got a string of dates coming up.
Go to the Isle of Wight where they rescue animals.
Yeah, absolutely.
They should just put a big fence around the whole island and just turn it into a wildlife sanctuary. That would be brilliant. It wouldn't take long to get through the locals.
You can say that, I can't. It would be considered offensive if I said that.
Oh, I was joking.
I know. So you've got a string of dates coming up.
Yeah.
The next one is if people want to go and see you live.
If you're in Hertfordshire, come to Bishop's Stortford. I'm not sure which one has the S. On October the 13th.
Sorry, I'm trying to work it out in my head.
I'll be in Derby on the 17th of October. I will be in London in the 20th of October. And I
love that you said that. It was so good.
I'll be in Nottingham on the 26th of October, and I'll be at the Dublin Castle supporting Terry and Jerry, the reformed 80s pop duo who had 6 number 1 hits in their day.
Oh, cool.
On October the 29th of October. I'm really doing a good job at this.
And if people want to find out more about you, where can they go?
SteveYoungUK.com, Twitter, Steve Young UK, Facebook, Steve Young UK, Instagram, Steve Young UK.
Just everything Steve Young UK.
Steve Young UK. You've got to put the UK at the end, otherwise you and me are never going to meet.
I realised there was a Steve Young comic, and if you don't put the UK at the end, you end up interacting with a comic called Steve Young.
There's Steve Young, American footballer.
Yeah.
There's Steve Young, recently deceased Nashville songwriter, country songwriter. Now you're telling me there's Steve Young, the comic.
It'd be great if he was a comet as well.
Come in a venue near, and he's gone.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's been an absolute giggle.
Sorry. I feel a bit. I don't know why. I think it's because I did a gig last night till 3 a.m. and I didn't sleep last night, and so I'm feeling a bit trippy.
Trippy on the coffee.
Yeah, and I'm hungry.
We got pizza outside. Good.
I know. I've had some.
We're gonna do a final song then.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm probably gonna regret doing this, but I've got a new single coming out in January.
Oh.
And
is this an exclusive?
I've never ever
It's
performed
an
this
exclusive
live
then.
before. Yeah, it's an exclusive, definitely, and it's a very unusual style of me to sing as well. Normally I just belt things out like Shirley Bassey.
No, not like Shirley Bassey.
So this is a bit of I'm out of my comfort zone here. So I'm not making excuses. I'm just painting the picture. But
I'm sure it will sound great.
yeah. I hope so.
It will.
This song will be my next single. It's called Garden of Love.
Thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. Save me when times were changing so fast. You held me, gave me comfort when I was lost, and I will never let you go, and you will always be my girl. So baby, now you know these feelings I keep inside, and we can take it slow, but I can't hold back the tide, 'cause we can only grow in this garden of love that you have sown. I let my feelings flow so you can own them in your heart. And lately I said some things that were wrong, but maybe I'm just scared you'd leave me on my own. So if you need me, let me know, 'cause you will always be my girl. So baby, now we know these feelings I keep inside, and we can take it slow, but I can't hold back the tide, 'cause we can only grow in this garden of love that you have sown. I let my feelings flow so you can own them in your heart. 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 You save me when times were changing so fast, and baby, now we know inside, and we can take it slow, but I can't hold back the tide, 'cause we can only grow in this garden of love that you have sown. I let my feelings flow so you can own them in your heart.
The Alpha Sessions Live with Emma Joyce.